shit, alright. So what was going on? You saying the Jason Van Dyke?
Alright, shit. Hold on. We gonna give our intro.
Yeah, we on it. Oh yeah,
Shit.
you already know this. It's your boy King Shot. You know, back at it again, motherfucking podcast. We do stay every day. Yeah.
You know what it is, motherfucking boy E Dollar, E Skrilla, E Dub, E Moolah. We up in the building. You know what it is. Shout out to all the viewers. You know what I'm saying, we keeping it real gang. What it do?
So we starting off with the Jason Van Dyke case. You say it's some updates to it.
True. So you know the last podcast, I think we kicked it off with the Jason Van Dyke thing. So here we are again. Got some updates for you. So we know he got charged with second-degree murder. So like on the news, I had seen that they was actually gonna get a man his sentencing sometime late October. Think Halloween. So, for those of y'all that don't know, being charged and getting a sentence is different. He got charged with second-degree murder. So, the time frame that he spent in jail is up in the air. So, what the sentencing is going to do is actually going to give him that time. So, whatever he gets sentenced with, that's how many years he's going to have to do. Or he might walk. Shit, it's people that's skeptical about him being able to walk after committing murder on Laquan. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised though. I mean, look at the country we in. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, in his shoes, his skin complexion, they was able to just get a slap on the wrist from things like these. So, if the inevitable happened, you know what I'm saying, about him being able to just like walk from this, yeah, I'm hoping that uprising happens.
Wait. So he was already found guilty, right, of second-degree.
Yeah, they charged him with second-degree murder. Yeah.
Did they charge him with that, or was he found guilty?
Nah, they charged him. They charged him with second-degree murder.
It's different from being charged with something and being found guilty with something. The court hearing already happened? Did the jury already come to a decision?
Yeah.
So he's been found guilty of second-degree murder.
He was found guilty of second-degree murder and charged with second-degree murder and I forgot what it is. I think assault with a weapon or something.
So he was charged with second-degree murder, and he was found guilty.
Second-degree murder. And
so if he was found guilty of the crime, then now he's being sentenced. I don't think there's a way he can get no time.
Because he's not gonna get time.
Yeah, because if you've been found guilty of the crime already, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a minimum for second-degree murder. We can look it up, but
yeah, we can look up the facts because on the news article they said that my man's will be charged 16 times for each bullet.
Yeah,
and it was a variation of years for each bullet, ranging between 6 to 30. So like at minimum, he'll be getting 6 times 16. That's how many years he could possibly be facing, based on what the news information says or getting out from the court documents.
Yeah.
But we'll really find out in the next upcoming days when he actually get this sentence.
Well, I'm gonna look up. I want to look up exactly what the minimum sentence is for second-degree murder in Illinois.
Or in his case, you just look up probably.
What is
ABC News Chicago Jason?
I want to look up the actual law first. What is that?
So we can try to break this down before the sentence is even given. So see if this man is gonna walk or if he gonna rot or get a slap on the wrist. But like I said, like if he walks, then I'm hoping this is an eye opener for not just like Chicago, but like for the world. Shit, and I guess like to keep it 100 more so for like blacks versus whites up in this country.
Okay, Chicago. Illinois second-degree murder laws, right here.
What they say? What's the minimum years they could get? Because he got charged 16 times, so it's whatever that is times 16. Like off back, you know what I'm saying? 6 times 10 is 60 years. That's 6 more years to that.
So with second-degree murder, they're basically saying there was a lack of intent, so he didn't mean to kill him. A lack of knowledge, or he didn't know he was going to kill him.
Oh, I hope they not
Lack
going
of
on
sanity, meaning, they could say he's insane, intoxication, or self-defense. In either of those cases, that's all still second-degree murder.
And none of those cases.
But penalties, here we go. Illinois, the second-degree murder laws charge the offense as a class 1 felony that carries a sentence between 4 and 20 years in prison, depending on the leniency of the judge and circumstances of the crime, a 4-year probation term. Also, if possible, he could get a 4 years of probation.
That's crazy.
It's possible that he doesn't see any jail time. So, yeah, it is possible. I mean, it depends on how it goes. I mean, and if they actually, go that route and he gets off.
I'm hoping the city really got their eye on this.
It's not necessarily get off. He would still be charged with the crime and would be found guilty of the crime, but he just wouldn't do any time in jail. He'd just get probation. But they also charge, you said, with second-degree murder and assault with a deadly weapon, right?
He got charged like battery for a weapon.
Assault and battery with a deadly weapon. So, and one charge for each year. I mean, if they gave him no time, that would be super obvious of how corrupt shit is, because
Clearly.
that means they gave him probation on everything that he's charged for.
Like, bro, he did overkill.
I doubt that's gonna happen though.
He
I
shot
think
a
he's gonna do
teenage
time.
boy 16 times.
He's gonna definitely do time.
I'm just saying though, like if he
It
don't,
depends on how much time.
I'm just saying like if he don't though,
even if they give him like 10 years, that's not enough time.
it's not. But like the fact, like it's a possibility that he might get
The most they can
like
give
you
him
say.
is like 20
Like
years.
If that man just get a slap on the wrist, I'm really hoping like it's like an uprising. I mean, like you say, that'll be obviously the obvious corruption that this.
I don't think there would be.
You don't think people will uprise yet?
Nope.
Not yet.
Nope.
Or something like that. I don't think nobody got shot 16 times and got a slap on the wrist for that. This would be like.
There's been worse stuff that happened. Tamir Rice, little kid playing in the park, 13 years old.
Oh yeah.
Murdered by the cops. Nothing happened.
What happened? How many times he get shot?
He got shot like once or twice, but he died instantly. That's why they just pulled up on him and shot him. They didn't ask him no questions or nothing. Just literally within 2 seconds, pulled up, got out the car, and shot him.
Wow.
There's video of that online too. That happened. The case where the police raided the wrong house and they threw a flash grenade into the house, and it fell on a couch where a little 7-year-old black girl was sleeping, and it blew up and killed her.
Wow.
They didn't get no jail time. I mean, it's been hella crazy shit that happened.
And that's the
Motherfuckers not
sad
uprising.
thing, man. You seeing like
Shit
it
like
seems like that's happened, and yet nothing is really happening. Like,
Exactly.
like, come on, people, like, wake up your eyes, like, open your eyes and wake up. Like, if this right here don't open your eyes, I don't think nothing will. Like,
I told you, G, yesterday. Everybody just talking shit. Ain't nobody really talk about doing nothing.
you know what's even crazy though? Like, it's a GoFundMe for his family, like for his wife and his daughter, and I think they already raised like over $10,000 or something like that. And like the shit, I guess the majority of the white people, I guess that's the white people that's defending this. They saying the family shouldn't suffer for the actions of one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I kind of agree with that in a sense.
The family shouldn't suffer for the actions of one.
Yeah.
What do you mean? There's a GoFundMe for whose family?
Basically the family.
The cop
for
family?
the cop. Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Why is there a GoFundMe for his family?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I guess like
For
for
what?
support. But I'm saying like the mother and the daughter is old enough to work. So like why they asking for a
Exactly.
handout?
Why they asking for a handout?
So I have no idea. But they already raised.
They asking for welfare.
They already like got over like $10,000 in revenue.
Is there a GoFundMe for Tamir Rice's? For Laquan McDonald's family?
I don't think so. But apparently, this is what I heard. We probably do some research on this though. They say his family was awarded $5 million.
I'm pretty sure from the cop killing him, because you sued the city for that.
Probably. So if his family was awarded $5 million, which is definitely well deserved. That's honorable. That's okay. But
Yeah, but
it
there's
was
no reason to be giving the family of a murderer money.
exactly. And that's like some of the comments that I seen under the
That's
post.
something white people love to do. They love to support racists, even if
Mm-hmm.
they claim that they're not racist
Mm-hmm.
or that they are not bigoted. They love to support those who are, and
Mm-hmm.
they do it through the guise of, oh well, it's just that one guy. It's
Right.
not his family. His family has the same sentiment as him. That you are your family is in the sense of in that case of like if he's the head of the household,
Mm-hmm.
he runs the house. I guarantee you, his wife views the world similar to the way he views the world, and his
Mm-hmm.
daughter probably does the same way. She raised him. I mean, he raised her. So,
I definitely can see that.
and it's
And
they're both old enough to work, and they're not like disabled or
too old or
anything.
anything, and it's kind of like how you say it's pretty much like they're being rewarded right now. Like they're rewarding a murderer. So like,
They do that on purpose,
like
though.
so like the dad he murdered this young man Laquan, and now his family's like reaping the benefits of it. They already got like $10,000 in just a couple of days.
I mean, there's multiple ways you can look at it. It's like you can just look at it like they do that stuff on purpose so that to give confidence to other people to continue to commit those crimes in the
Mhm.
sense of like keep murdering black people or murdering minorities or whatever. And if you do it, yeah, you might go to jail, but we gonna make sure your family's okay.
Right?
We gonna make sure we take care of your
In a
family.
sense, they still just gonna be passing on the cycle. Like,
Right.
like later, maybe later on along down the road of life, they gonna tell some white person that's growing up, hey, you can make a lot of money if such and such is like if they risk going to jail, your family be set for life. You just gotta kill such and such, and that's a
Yeah.
terrible message to just pass on. And
I mean, you gotta look at it like you see how much more crazy and ramped up police shootings and shit has gotten in the last few years. It's all because of the publicity it gets.
yeah, I think
It
I
gives
think,
those police stations publicity. It put cameras on them. They get
Mhm.
more funding and shit. They get more people, more eyes, and more people paying attention to their police
Right.
station.
I
So it's
think-
advertisement. I think those cops they do shit like that on purpose
I definitely think
because they know they're gonna get off and get away with it.
like in the recent years, I definitely think like the tax people paying for these body cam suits, like they might as well just discard that. I mean, because we got several cases where cops are still killing people on cam and they still getting thrown out. So the tax dollars are for
I
nothing.
mean, I've been saying that since before they put the body cams on cops. It's
They
like,
needed
that
to-
was pointless in the first place because you wasn't. There was video of people being killed before body cams and nothing was happening. So, what did you think body cams is gonna do? It's just more video. Now you can see it more.
You can just see it and you can just see the corruption in America that's people are still asleep on. Like people are dying on these body cams and America is still like, okay, well if this happens again, well such and such happened, then we gonna have an uprising. But it's
Ain't
hard to
nobody
keep
gonna-
happening. And we seeing it on these body cams.
It's all social engineering. They want those body cams there for a reason. They want to keep putting them videos out for a reason because the more people see them, the more people get used to seeing that. People are used to seeing black people get killed by the cops.
You know,
People are used to seeing black people being killed by white people in general. So it's like when it happens, when they go to court and they getting charged and shit, it's not that big of a deal because like, oh, I mean, another one of these cases.
you know what?
Alright.
And I don't know if I said this on the last podcast, but I believe we can start like policing ourselves. And I know I seen on a couple posts where angry white people, of course, they'll be like, well, just have like the black community police themselves. They don't need the police. We don't. I bet a lot of black people
I've been
would
saying that
rather.
forever.
I bet a lot of black people will prefer keeping their tax dollars in their own pockets because we can protect ourselves. We can protect our own. And actually, it's a guy, I believe he's from St. Louis. He's actually like recording police officers now. Like every time they come to the area, and I believe his action is
That's
called,
not new though. That's
I believe
he's
it-
part of a company that's been going on. He just got with the company, but the people that do that, they've been doing that for decades. They call it Cop Watch.
Yeah, Car Wash. I think that's the name of it.
It's
So
like a
pretty-
white company though.
so
It's owned by
pretty
white
much-
people.
Well, it was a black face. So
There's a
yeah.
black dude that works in that town, but even I know the video you talking about.
Right.
Even in that video, he was sitting with the white dude that
Well, I still like the
hired
whole.
him.
I still like the whole idea of it. People, they're like policing the police, and pretty much what they're doing every time a police officer responds to a crime or whatever, they're legally like being able to
Hey,
record
go up
them.
and record.
They're recording them, and they're making sure they keep track of what the
But
police
again,
officers.
it's another case of okay, now you have just more video of somebody getting
Well,
shot
pretty
or
much
some
like
shit.
in this sense, it'll be this video footage of what the police officer actually said and did versus what the police officers say they actually did or said.
I mean, that's what all video does.
I mean, not with these body cam suits.
Even with body cam, no. I mean, sometimes they turn their shit off and
I was
shit
just
like
gonna
that.
say that, like somehow, like the audio always die with these.
Even when they
body
do,
cams.
even if they do turn it off, it records 30 seconds before and 30 seconds after. So they usually still get whatever footage they need. And even when they have full footage, people still don't go to jail. Nothing still happens. So it's like you just got more cameras. All that video tape and shit, that shit's pointless to me. All that video recording people, because all that's doing is just making the public even more desensitized towards people being murdered in the street.
Pretty much giving more publicity.
Because you guys got to look at the current trend that's going on right now. What's the number one commodity in America right now? The number one drug, the number one consumption, entertainment. Things to watch. People just want to watch videos. People want stuff to comment on. News stations want shit to talk about. Podcasts like this one or any other pod, they want stuff to talk about. So the more shit like that happens, the more stuff people got to talk about. That's why there's not going to be no uprising or anything. People just going to continue to talk about it because they can make money talking about it.
I definitely just seen too, kind of going off on a tangent, but really not. Like the new iPhone or whatever, it'll allow you to like use the iPhone as a body cam. Like I guess.
Yeah, I saw that.
I guess it come with a clip or something. So I don't know if they.
And it has like it has an app on it where like you can enter in something and then it shuts the screen off, so like the phone is off, but it's actually recording.
Yeah, I don't know if they're dropping subliminals. Like they want people to like start.
No, Apple didn't even create that. A dude created it just for the Apple phone. Like, that's not something that Apple created.
What was his meaning behind that?
His meaning was to help people so they could record the cops. Because he's not part of Apple.
True.
Apple works for the government. They're the government's phone company.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have iPhones, none of that shit. That shit's recording
I think all these phones is bugged. I mean, just a couple
But the
weeks
thing
ago.
about an iPhone is you can't take the battery out.
True, right.
If you take the battery out your Android phone, it's like it's off. There's no power to it. There's nothing to be recorded. There's no way it can be on. With an iPhone, it's on always.
Yeah, I think government definitely got some type of access to everybody's phones. Kingston Point last week, how Donald Trump was able to send that universal or national text
I didn't get no
message.
text message from that nigga.
Oh, you didn't get one?
Nope.
Oh, shit. Hopefully he don't see this. Like, get this guy's number or something like that.
Nah, fuck out of here. I told you, G. Pretty much, I'm invisible online.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care if people know because it's not like by design or anything. I just don't have a bunch of social media accounts. I've never been super into uploading a bunch of pictures online. None of that. You type my name into Google, you barely gonna see anything.
I think it's definitely one of these social media websites that's bugged. Maybe Facebook. I don't know.
Facebook is 100%. They've actually been caught selling their information to the government. They was part of the whole thing that happened with the hacking of the election when Trump got elected. It was some glitch that happened in Facebook where there was advertisement. They was I think hacked by like the Russians or some shit, and it was the Russians got a hold of all Facebook information and was like putting all that propaganda and shit on Facebook, basically putting people against each other to make Trump numbers go up.
Right.
Yeah, Facebook got in trouble for that. They had to go. Mark Zuckerberg had to go in front of Congress and shit. It was a big ass court hearing and everything.
Wow, Mark.
And Facebook owns Instagram. So if Facebook is run by the government, Instagram is run by the government.
Right. Man, that's something. So everybody need to watch what you be posting on Facebook. The government.
That's why I don't be understanding these dumbass motherfuckers be out here uploading videos of them committing crimes, stealing shit, shooting at motherfuckers.
Yeah, that really
be on live and shit. It's like y'all are being watched 24/7.
Yeah, I always wonder like how
that
somebody
shit
upload. I always wonder how somebody upload a picture and then like the next day we hear that FBI raided that person's house. Where they get that person's information? But
because they uploaded the fucking picture online. Like, you think the FBI director ain't got Facebook? You don't think he has a Facebook account? You don't think they got an Instagram account?
They tracking y'all, man. Y'all need to smarten up.
All they gotta do is go on like whatever's trending and just watch random videos. They gonna catch like 20 people committing crimes.
But yeah,
easy.
That's definitely insane though. But shit, I mean, just going back on the topic, man. We gonna see what's gonna happen with Black society, American society with this Jason Van Dyke thing. Pretty much like it sounds like the subliminal's not gonna they not cutting it for you. This camera footage stuff not working.
Nah, bro.
They just need to go full out Civil War bloodbath.
No, not even that. It's just what I would like to see, which probably not gonna happen. Stop recording any of that shit. If you see a black person getting beaten by a cop or getting harassed by a cop to the point where you think it's gonna go left, hey, you might have to put yourself in danger and both of y'all go to jail. Fuck
Hey,
that
now
cop
check this
up.
out. Check this out. I actually
Run up
seen
on that nigga. Run up on the cop. Kick his ass in the head or some shit so whoever can get away. Like,
Yo, check
do
this
whatever you can to help your fellow black man or your fellow
I
black
definitely
woman.
can agree with that. And
If you
this-
see
this-
an unarmed black person about to get shot by the cops, if you are armed, hey, do what you gotta do.
police and the police.
Police to police. Make sure, like, you gotta start shooting back at these motherfuckers because, like,
They're gang.
put it in a sense like that. Well, I put it in a sense like this. If I had a kid and a cop killed my kid, that cop's gonna die. I don't give a fuck. You put me in jail for the rest of my life. You can kill me or whatever you gonna do. It doesn't matter.
Now, what's interesting though, like how you said, we gotta watch our own. Now, I don't know the full story of this. Like, I don't know if they raided the wrong house or whatnot, but a cop like raided somebody's crib. It was like one person that raided like somebody's crib, and it was like a group of black people up in there. I don't know if you've seen this, but it was a group of black people up in there.
They was fighting the cops.
Cop was telling them like arrest them, like search them for some shit. I don't know what they was raiding the house for.
But they didn't have a warrant.
But yeah, they didn't have a warrant. Yeah. So like what one of the persons did in the house.
Say lock the
Yeah,
door.
they like, man, shut the door, lock the door, man. We can handle this ourselves. Let's
Yeah,
go ahead and
and
do
then the
this.
cop pulled out that gun on their ass. And
Cop
they got
got
quiet
gun on
real
their ass,
quick.
but yet, like how you say, you know what I'm saying?
That's
They
one
still
thing.
stood
Black
up.
people,
They still
black
stood
people,
up.
black people, arm yourselves.
Yeah.
Black people, stop being afraid of
They
guns.
still stood
If
up,
you
though.
do not have any criminal history, you're not a felon or anything like that, apply for your FOIA card, apply for your concealed carry, buy you a gun.
It's a Second Amendment
Protect
right.
yourself. You have the right. Because guarantee you, all these crazy ass racist, white crackers, these fucking supremacist motherfuckers, they got guns. They know how to shoot guns. Y'all motherfuckers can't be out here talking about y'all finna protest,
And
y'all
I'm
finna go for an
always-
uprising, gonna be a riot and
And
a
I'm-
civil
yeah.
war, and y'all ain't even got no weapons. Like, what y'all gonna fight with?
They protesting or rioting about
Black people be the first ones want to advocate gun laws and all of that shit. The thing is, gun laws is not going to help anything. It's not going to stop anything from happening. Because think about it like this. Criminals, people that kill people with guns and commit all these crimes with guns, they're criminals. You think they don't care about the law initially in the first place. So if you make a law saying that you can't get guns, you think the criminal who breaks the law anyway cares that you made another law? You think they care that it's illegal for them? It's already illegal for them to have a gun in the first place.
I don't even know.
It's like
why.
that's not gonna stop anything. All that's gonna do is make it harder for people, law-abiding citizens who want to defend themselves, to get guns. It's gonna make it harder for those people to defend themselves. Now all the criminals got the guns, all the bad people got the guns, and it's super hard for the good guys to get guns.
Yeah, I don't know why like guns are like deemed as bad or why people scared of them. I mean, I think somebody would definitely like they'll have a second thought about robbing somebody if the increase of voids, you know what I'm saying?
Went up.
Yeah, if they went up, you know what I'm saying? I doubt somebody's gonna run up on you like, okay, let me go ahead and rob this person. Wait, they might have a gun.
I mean, it's statistically proven. Like in every part of the country where there are gun laws, in the sense that you are allowed to own a gun and carry a gun and walk around, they have lower crime rates. There are less muggings, there are less robberies, there are less people getting killed with guns. It's the places that got super strict gun laws, like Chicago.
Yeah.
For the longest time had like now it's just got to the point now where you can have a concealed carry in Chicago. And you wonder why the crime was so high, why so many people getting killed and shit in Chicago. It's because people can't defend themselves. Nobody can legally carry a gun and walk around and actually defend themselves. So if somebody run up on your ass and they got the drop on you and they trying to rob you and they got a gun on you, they can kill you. You can't defend yourself.
Well, shit, hey, I think that might be one of the first steps in maybe promoting black excellence. Make the crime rate go down by everybody getting themselves a FOIA card.
Get your FOIA card. Everybody, if you hear
Get a
this
FOIA
video,
card.
get yourself a card. Well, a FOIA card, that's a firearm owner identification card.
Right.
That's what it's called here in Illinois. I don't know if other states it's called something different. Like I know here it's called a FOIA card. So if you live in Illinois and you are a Black American, make sure you get you a FOIA card. Make sure you also get you the concealed carry card so you can actually have the gun on you and walk around. Because if you just have the FOID card, you can just own it and you can go to the range and you can keep it in your house to protect your house. But if you caught on the street with it, you would still get probably taken. It'll get taken from you, and they might take your FOID card from you. So make sure you have the concealed carry card as well, which allows you to actually keep it on you and walk around.
See,
okay.
That's some knowledge for me. I didn't know that. I thought the FOID card, you'd be able to carry the thing around.
See, I got my FOID card, but I don't have my concealed carry.
So you got to get the FOID and the carry card.
Yeah.
For everybody that's watching, defend yourself. We want to see crime rate go down, y'all. And like I say, start policing our own neighborhoods. Like, shit, maybe we can get some where we can, like, keep our tax money that's going to CPD, because CPD is definitely corrupted. We gonna find out how corrupt it is with the Jason being Dyke thing, but just start policing yourselves, protecting your own.
And it's all about taking action and just somebody like actually doing it, because it wouldn't be hard. I mean, you just have to set up a private security company where you just hire black people and you lease or you forward that security company out to the black neighborhoods, and they secure the neighborhoods. You hire people in the neighborhoods to secure them. You have like a community watch, pretty much.
Let's get that shit happening in the black community, man. And maybe shifting topics a little bit. I know I spoke on this a little bit last podcast about like how the OGs or whatnot, the big homies on the block, maybe they could like start helping each other, you know what I'm saying? Steering the kids in the right direction. Your boy Kanye.
That's what I was saying. I was finna say that. I was finna actually lead to this. Your boy Kanye actually went in front of Donald Trump and told him free Larry Hoover.
Now, all the Chicago people, or the majority of y'all know who Larry Hoover is.
I'm telling y'all, Kanye is a smart dude. He be looking like he trolling and doing all. There's a purpose behind what he's doing.
The man Kanye, so he went to Donald Trump, our president, and he told him to free Larry Hoover. Now, you know, Kanye has been dubbed as crazy, and maybe I might just be having a reach, but if his ploy was to do this, was to actually have Larry free and like talk to the young kids or whatever, and to unify the gang so that the crime rate can go down, then that's genius. But, you know what I'm saying, if it could backfire, like how you said on the last podcast, like how these kids, they ain't really listening to nobody right now.
The thing is, I think if Larry Hoover actually got out and he was on that in the sense of like trying to stop all the gang violence and actually unite people and lower the crime rate, it'll happen because he that name has so much respect in Chicago. His family, his kids, his wife, they all still have so much respect in Chicago.
Right.
So I think the young people, they would actually, because they know who he is, they know what that name is, they know who those people are. So I think they would actually listen to that.
Right. That'll definitely be like something kind of like a plot twist, because you know, young kids nowadays, it's like they attracted to like the bad things, you know what I'm saying? So like you said, like Larry Hoover, you know what I'm saying, CEO of the Gangster Disciples in Chicago, largely known Chicago gang that's spread out across the nation. You know what I'm saying? He known for being that, but like if he was to get out and be up on that, do that whole 360, his voice might be powerful. He could probably reach these kids, these little savages, quote unquote, that's running around in the city or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he could probably make a difference. So if that's Kanye's vision, salute to that man. That's absolutely ingenious.
Exactly. And I heard somebody talking about, well, I think it'd be a funny idea, which is probably the plan. What if Kanye runs for mayor?
Yeah, I heard about that too.
In Chicago.
Like, if Kanye run for mayor, I mean,
You think he would win?
I think it might be possible, man. We got Donald Trump in office. Shit, we got
That would be so hilarious.
we got
and so
Arnold
hilarious.
Schwarzenegger, the Terminator. He's the governor.
He was the
California,
governor of California. Hey,
so
why
shit,
not?
Why not have Kanye
I mean,
as the what?
Especially
the
in
mayor?
Chicago, because it's like Chicago's politicians been so corrupt for so long.
I mean, Chicago
Like,
is
what worse
corrupt.
could Kanye do?
I know.
Like, literally, I don't think he could do anything.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it would be way better for the city.
I think
Because you would get all that corruption out of there.
Yeah, the politicians is corrupt. I don't think Kanye is corrupt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think Kanye's
might
a genuine.
be-
He's a little bit crazy.
Might be a little off,
A little
but
off.
I don't think he's corrupt.
But he's not like a corrupt
With him
individual.
being like at the celebrity status he had, we pretty much know all about his life. I mean,
Exactly.
it's not like he a drug addict. Not like he trying to get money. He already made.
He already
so.
$1 billion. His company's already worth $1 billion.
So shit, I got a homie that's legit always talking about Kanye 2020. He got a second vote right here. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? He could get, if what he doing with this Larry Hoover thing is what I'm thinking, that's ingenious, and the man got my vote.
That'd be funny if Kanye is the person that changes Chicago around and make it into like a great city.
That would be something.
Like stop
I mean,
all
shit,
the gang
that's
violence.
the vision his mom had, so I guess it wouldn't be that funny, but it would be nice to see.
You know what I'm tired of?
What?
All of these black CNN anchors, these news anchors on CNN.
Donovan?
Like Donald, they so fucking racist, G.
Towards
Black people. It's like I hate that shit. Cause like if you watch like, cause there was critiquing Kanye going to meet Trump.
Right.
Like, oh, he's being a coon.
Right.
He's in there cooning and shucking and jiving and doing like if a white person was saying those exact same words about another black person, the black community would be in uproar about that.
Right.
Calling people these racial slurs and all of that. I'm gonna bleep that out, but and all of that kind of stuff because it's not cool for anybody to call anybody those things.
That's definitely not cool. And what's not even cooler is like people that's calling him that was in his shoes before.
Exactly.
And I keep it 100. I spit facts. Snoop Dogg is one of the people that's like saying fuck Kanye, you know what I'm saying, because he with Donald Trump, but it's pictures, you know what I'm saying, that's showing Snoop shaking like his hand.
Yeah, Snoop used to like Donald Trump. He's
So,
cool.
you know
All
what
the
I'm saying?
rappers
I'm
liked
like-
Donald Trump until he became president.
I'm like, where's all this
Until it
hate
became
coming from?
cool
You know what I'm saying?
it became cool to hate Donald Trump.
So
Everybody want to hate Donald
yeah,
Trump.
so I'm like, man, like how you gonna like come in my man like that when you was like in his shoes?
Exactly. And
So I'm like, if you gonna try to come in my man like that, at least don't be in his shoes, cause that's
Yeah.
a bad look for you. So
and
Snoop, I gotta
to harp
call
on
you out
that,
man.
to harp on that a little bit more, like that's just like what we were talking about last time. It just shows more about like this flaw that's in the black community, just hopping on bandwagons and just believing the hype and just following the leader being sheep. It became cool to hate Donald Trump and hate on Donald Trump and call him racist and all of that kind of stuff. Take sound bites out of context and everything like that. So people hopped on, especially celebrities. Celebrities like to be what's considered to be in the popular and mainstream belief, because that way their name is out there more and people, it's more eyes on them, it's more attention on them. But if you think about it, I mean, what has Donald Trump really done that's super crazy? I mean, in a sense, they said like the kids being in cages and all that kind of shit, but that was going on before he was president. When Barack Obama was president, it was kids in cages,
Right.
but it just wasn't no cameras on it. Nobody was showing it.
Right.
When Bush was president, it was kids in cages from deportation and stuff, but nobody had cameras on it. It's just now that Trump is president and they don't want Trump to be president. They want to bring out all of the bad shit that's been going on in politics forever and put cameras on it now, and they want to blame Donald Trump for it. Like you see it's kids in cages, it's Donald Trump's fault, even though this has just been going on for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. But hey, he's president now, so let's blame him for it.
I think like I personally don't even know what the man did. I don't even think like, you know what I'm saying,
He got a lot of racist people that like him.
I think the only thing
You can't control who
I
like
think
you.
the only thing that I see, you know what I'm saying, that's coming from Trump, he blunt with his words. He say like a lot of racist shit, but
if you think about how much racist
I mean,
stuff do black people say on a
right.
daily basis?
right. So I'm like,
Like-
I don't know like what's his biggest crime other than like having like outrageous outbursts. I mean, this is like high school shit. Like,
Yeah, just
do you
people
know
are
what
mad
high
at
school
words.
People say worse shit. I mean, yeah, he said grab her by the pussy. That shit is
You know how much
fucking
more
hilarious.
crazy stuff people have said than grab her by the pussy?
Yeah.
You know how much more crazy stuff people have done than just walk up to a chick and like grab her vagina or some shit like that? Like the world has done and seen way crazier things.
I mean,
I've had females walk up to me and grab my dick, like
Right.
literally in parties and stuff.
Right.
I did not know them, never met them before, but they just literally walk up to me and grab on me.
I don't know, maybe the man
Stuff like that happens all the
maybe
time.
The man just speaking on shit that he know that's happening already. You know what I'm saying? Females grabbing niggas' dick, like how you saying. I never really heard of no man grabbing a bitch by her pussy.
I've done that before. I'm not gonna lie.
Alright, you should. Well, hey, he just speaking facts on what's
And
happening.
I ain't have no
inside.
complaints. Like it was like,
Yeah, I mean,
wasn't nothing
that's-
crazy.
that's pretty much
I
like
knew
the-
the girl though. but-
pretty much like the only thing I see from him. You know what I'm saying? He just blunt with his words. I mean, he trying to build his wall.
A wall between America and Mexico.
Right.
I don't think having a wall there would be super helpful at all. I mean, I don't see the point in that. But I do see the point in like somewhat of a point in trying to separate America from Mexico in that sense, because a lot of illegal drugs come from Mexico and into America. The cartel is like the cartel, all that shit. A lot of cocaine, a lot of illegal pills and all that shit. That stuff does come from the Mexican border. So if you did want to put a cap on that, having a wall there probably would help a little bit more. But you'd have to have the wall be patrolled heavily. Ain't nothing really wrong with wanting to slow down illegal immigration.
True.
I mean, because if you think about it, it's not like an American can just go to Mexico illegally and just live there.
Right.
No, they're gonna kick you out.
That's facts.
You can't just go to Canada and live there illegally. They're gonna kick you out.
Yeah, you can't be biased. I mean,
you can't be biased just because it's America and they're Mexicans coming over to America.
If Trump just trying to keep illegal immigrants out, then like if Trump trying to keep like illegal immigrants out, then that's legit. I mean, it's like every country is doing it. I mean, people might hate us for that, but these are facts. Like they coming in and they taking honest who naturally born here American citizens jobs. Like
I wouldn't say that they're taking anybody's jobs, because those are jobs that people generally don't want to do anyway. Like you're not gonna I don't know anybody that want to like pick fruit on in a farm.
I mean, shit,
16 hours a day, but be making nothing.
Man,
literally nothing.
No, it's a couple homeless.
The thing about homeless niggas, no. Homeless people are homeless a lot of the times because they have mental disorders. A lot of those people are insane.
True.
They can't even have a job.
It's some that would work, that would pick them fruits though.
No, if they would, then why aren't they doing it? It's not like anybody's stopping them from doing it.
Shit, the illegal Mexicans that got the job,
no.
They can't go around.
There's not enough people that they can have doing those jobs. You know how many people that need fruit and stuff? You know how much stuff got to be picked and harvested in America? There's an unlimited amount of those jobs. If those people want those jobs, they can go get those jobs. They don't want those jobs. A lot of people who are homeless, they're homeless because they got mental disorders, or a lot of them are just like addicted seriously to drugs, or just don't give a fuck and don't really even want to try.
Or they don't know how to apply for them jobs. Like, how would they apply for them jobs?
Apply for what?
Apply for the fruit picking job or whatnot. Like, more so the illegal Mexicans.
You'd have to go there. You have to go to the area where those jobs are. Right, but the thing is like, you can't, if they would have to go there.
Right.
You can't force them. You saying that they would even want those jobs to reach.
This how I'm seeing, like, the illegals.
You can force them to have those jobs, but that's
unethical. Yeah, like the illegal. This how I see it. The illegal that's coming in, they kind of got a helping hand. They got some family that's already established, so they hooking them up with these jobs or whatnot. Now the people that's homeless, I'm seeing that they don't really have nobody to really help them, so they can't apply for them jobs. They don't know how to. So, or they might be like a drug addict. They ain't got nobody to help them. So it's like the people that's coming in that's illegal.
But the thing is, if they are a drug addict, there is really no one necessarily has to help you, because you being a drug addict, or that's a decision that you made.
That is a decision they made. So I'm gonna just hone it in on the people that ain't really got nothing. Like they got nobody in their corner to help them. The ones that's like they mentally stable, but they just ain't got the means to apply for the job. But the illegals that's coming in, they got helping hands. They can like sit them down at a computer, tell them to apply for this, or hook them over to Connect.
No, there are people that help homeless people do that. Like they got shelters and all that kind of stuff too that helps.
They get filled up though. They just can't like put every homeless person on every
It's not.
corner.
No. That's I know a little bit about this because I've been to those places and I signed. I've just seen them and stuff.
I know people.
There's
that
not.
been there.
Yeah. They get filled up and stuff, but there's a lot of them. There's a lot of places where you can go to get help to find jobs and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of like every aid office. There's one in every neighborhood. There's places to go to find things like that where people will help you find.
But this is the difference though. They got a chance of like getting turned down though, as opposed to like an illegal immigrant.
They also have a chance of getting and the thing.
They got more of a chance. They got somebody that can show them the way. Like this person, the homeless people, like
the people at the places are gonna. First of all, no one's gonna turn you away. They're not gonna turn like the homeless away for those things. Wanna know why? Because there are tax dollars that put aside for that. There's people's jobs. It is to help those people. Unless you have a mental disorder or something like that, then obviously they can't place you on a job.
I'm saying
the thing is, you don't understand. A lot of people who are homeless and stuff. Americans are very entitled. in the sense that yeah, they're homeless or something like that. But if they are assigned a job and they gave an opportunity, but they just don't want to do that, they don't like that because they're American, they were born in America, they have this sense of entitlement. They don't give a fuck. They'll just quit. They're like, I'm not gonna do this. I don't want to do this. I'll just keep being homeless. I know how to be homeless. I know how to forage for food. I know how to steal. I know how to do what I need to do to get money. Why would I sit here and do this job that I don't want to do?
So you saying they homeless but they got money?
There are a lot of homeless people.
So everybody
You know how much money a lot of these people to be sitting on the corner asking for change all day? It's hundreds and hundreds of people walking past, thousands of people giving them change.
I seen hella comedy skits of like some rich people that's kind of
No, that's like a legit scam. Like people been caught doing it. Like it was this video of this chick begging for stuff. It was like it wasn't even like a comedy or nothing like that. She was just begging, and then this dude gave her change, and then he saw her like he followed over the camera and saw her get into a fucking like Benz.
Right. That's why I'm like, me personally, I don't really get a homeless no money. If they ask for food, then more so, yeah, you'll help them. They really in struggle. But if they just out there like asking for money, then no.
Now don't get me wrong. I'm not against people being homeless or anything like that. It's like yeah, people should be helped and everything like, but you have to want to be helped.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't eat, like, especially if you're addicted to, like, drugs and stuff like that.
You just can't get
It's
money
like-
to help them with their fix.
Cause-
Like, where's that money going? That's
And
why,
it
like,
ain't-
if it's legit food.
Not even that. Like, say you help somebody who's addicted to drugs or whatever. Even if you get them off drugs, if you are forcing them kind of to do that, once you turn your back, they're gonna go right back to doing what they wanted to do in the first place. They're gonna go get right back on drugs.
Unless they really want to change, though.
That's what I'm saying. They have to want to. I'm saying
Yeah.
that a lot of times people don't want to. Like, just because you see a lot of homelessness and everything like that, you might feel bad for these people, but a lot of times they are there because that's just where they want to be.
True.
So you can't necessarily say illegal immigrants are taking jobs away from homeless
But
people.
that's facts. They is. They taking, because
They're
whatever job,
not, because they're not. The homeless people aren't even applying for those jobs.
they don't have ways or means to. They got less of a chance.
How do you know that?
If an illegal person...
No, but how do you know homeless people don't? How do you know these homeless people don't know how to apply for those jobs?
This is the statistics. If somebody that's illegal, more so they got family that's going to steer them into
A
like
lot
directions
of
employment.
illegal people that come to the country don't have any family here.
So why would they even come here? What they come here for? Where they
Because where their country that they're coming from is shit, and they're not making any money, so they would come here to make money so they can send back to their family. That's usually why illegal people come here. They're not coming here because they got family here
going? So
already.
they coming here to get jobs. And
They
shit,
come here
right?
for a job, yeah.
Right. Okay. So they taking the jobs that these homeless people, the ones that
They
actually
could
work,
have, but are not
They
applying for
could-
it.
they
Because
could
if
have.
think about it, if those homeless people were applying for those jobs, they would get hired over the illegal. Only reason why the illegals are even getting hired for those jobs is because they are willing to get paid literally close to nothing.
Well, they also have some advantages in a sense, because you know some jobs they basically like prefer if you're bilingual. So that's like an advantage right there.
I mean, there's nothing. I mean, the reason why some jobs would prefer you being bilingual is because a lot of people in America speak Spanish. We're literally right next to Mexico.
True, that's facts. But
America, English isn't the mandatory and first language. America doesn't have a first language. Now, if America passed a law that said English is our first language, we don't have a law like that. Then I would say, okay, it's an argument that you can't make preference over someone speaking a language because this is the language. So no matter what, if you come here, you have to learn this language. If you come to America, you don't have to learn English because there's no law saying that you have to learn English.
True. I think it'd be safe to say it's the dominant language, though.
Doesn't mean anything though.
True.
Just because but you can get along just fine in America and not speak English because all you just stick to people who speak the language that you speak. There's enough people here.
So I kind of go back into the sense of like somebody coming over that's illegal that only speaks Spanish. They have somebody who might speak English that can like teach them English, and then they get that double advantage on a job that's preferably bilingual or whatnot.
Okay,
As
then.
opposed to somebody that's
And
homeless
okay,
that ain't
another
got
argument
nobody.
against that. Then people should start helping homeless people do that. Then.
There are some people that try to do that in a sense.
Okay, then. All right, then they should be just as successful in doing it.
It's not as many people though. It's
Okay,
not-
then
it's
that's
as-
not.
it's
You
not
can't
as many-
blame these people because there's an opportunity for them because somebody is going out of their way to help them.
I'm saying
Now, if you want to start an organization where you get a mass amount of people to go around and help these people find these jobs,
True.
then you can make that argument.
If
But
I
you can't
get-
tell these people who are actual legal citizens who are choosing to help these people who are illegal citizens find jobs. You can't tell them not to do that,
Well, one,
or be even mad at them for doing it.
no, well, one, if they gonna help these illegal citizens, they should like start legit helping them by making them legal citizens, rather than bringing them over illegal. That should be the first thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
Y'all-
for it.
y'all should be the second thing.
I personally think if you are an illegal immigrant, you should 100% be deported and go back and come through the right way. Now, it should probably be made easier for you to get here. It's kind of difficult to become a citizen, but I mean, they could make it a little easier. I mean, I don't even know why they would though, because if America's supposed to be this great country, you would probably want it to be kind of hard to get into America. It'll make it a better place for if it was kind of hard to
Well,
get here.
I think the priority should be for these illegals to first
And
become
the thing is, people like to focus on. See, I'm not against Mexican illegal immigrants or illegal immigrants in general. I think any kind of illegal immigrant have to get here the right way. But people like to focus on
And also-
immigrants from south of the border. There are immigrants from other countries too. There are illegal Germans, illegal Russians, illegal Canadians, illegal Europeans that come here, and nobody say anything to them. Nobody want to kick them out. They just want to kick out the Mexicans.
All these, another point, all these like illegal immigrants also, they got like a whole household full of family members that's on welfare. So all that money can legit.
None of that
be going
even
to-
matter. You want to know why? Because you know who is on welfare more than anybody in the country? White Americans.
Of course.
There are more of them on welfare. It's illegal immigrants. First of all, illegal immigrants can't even be on welfare.
I'm thinking.
They can't be on welfare.
I'm thinking
That doesn't even make sense because you have to have a social security card. You have to have actual documents proving that you're a citizen
No,
to collect
they
welfare.
not. They not. It's the family that's the legal.
That's if they have family here, and if they have family here, the family who are actual citizens, they have every right to be on welfare. They have just as much of a right to be on welfare as any black family or any white family, because they're citizens.
Right.
So you can't blame them for that.
But that welfare money is actually like being wasted on the ones that's not legal citizens, as opposed.
How is it
to-
being wasted on them?
Because they're living under a household of somebody that is legal, so all that money is being dispersed.
Through those people, but it's their money. It's the people who is a legal citizen. It's their money. They can do whatever they want with it.
Well, me personally, I think
You
that,
can't control. Once you get to I see what you're saying, but once you get to the point to where you want to control how people can use, that's a very thin line, because it can be, if you make a law like that, then now they can say, can use the same interpretation of the law. They can control how everybody spends their money, even if you're illegal, not illegal, if you're black, white, whoever. Like if you want to spend your money a certain way, they can be like, oh, I don't think you should spend your money like that. I don't think you should spend your money on that.
this whole tax dollar thing, it's like it's a mushy line. That's what I would say. I think that all the welfare should legit go towards the legit American homeless people. That's just me personally. As opposed to somebody that's like fully capable of making their own money, but somebody that's like already out here.
There's a lot of homeless people who are very fully capable of making their own money.
Right. So I think like they should get that help in hand that they don't have, maybe from a social worker legit. You know what I'm saying? How to tax.
But if they're capable of making their own money, why should they get that money?
Once they get a job or whatnot, then it should get cut off.
But the thing you got to think about it, they're homeless, right? So how did they become homeless? Because I'm pretty sure they weren't always homeless. They probably had a job and stuff before and was doing good, and they became homeless. So who's to say you giving them that money is not going to be a waste of time? They're going to just do the same thing and become homeless again.
Well, one, that's for the social worker to figure out. Two, if they're really trying to make a turnaround in their life, then yeah, they should be awarded that money until they
You're
like
assuming that
stand
they
up on their
really
own.
trying to make a turn. That's my thing about homeless.
If they're not trying to make a turnaround, then they stay homeless. That's the facts. But like for
But
the ones that
and
actually
welfare is, I mean, for the most part, it is actually being given to people who need it. Like the majority of the people who are on welfare, they're on welfare because they're poor. A lot of people are just lazy and they're on welfare because they're just lazy and they don't want to get a job and stuff like that. I mean,
Like
I
the ones
agree.
that
You
have
should,
kids.
they should take welfare away from all of those people. If you are not disabled, and there's nothing like mentally wrong with you or anything like that,
Mhm.
you shouldn't be allowed to get on welfare.
right.
And the hard thing, like with those kind of laws though, is people tend to have kids and shit like that, so the kids have to get fed. And you can't have people out here starving and stuff like
all the
that.
single mothers probably gonna hate, but yeah, like you can't just keep on popping out babies thinking it's gonna.
And that's
be
another
okay.
thing. Like,
It
but I mean, the world probably needs some tough love. If you get rid of it, it might force people to do what they gotta do to. I mean, but it might make it worse. People might start just going into a life of crime, to make ends meet.
Right.
Like they don't have welfare no more. They could probably just go steal or rob and shit like that.
Well, we already see that shit in the black community, so hell.
It's in every community. They just only focus on the black community. There's a lot of robbing and stealing going on in poor white communities. You got like a lot of meth and heroin is a huge epidemic in America. White people are actually doing way worse than black people in America right now.
As far as what?
As far as like poverty, like being poor. Like there's a lot of poor black, but there's a lot of really like dirt poor white people. Like they don't like. Literally, they live in trailers in the middle of nowhere on dirt roads. No like they're living off the grid. Like they're making less than $100 a year.
That's no different from any homeless person.
A homeless person. I'm talking about an actual family, not a homeless family.
Oh, an actual
like
family,
even in them, even people that live in the projects. Like when we lived in the projects, our parents still had jobs. They made money. They had bills. They paid bills.
Like a meth head family compared to a crack baby, crackhead family.
No, crackhead family. That's the equivalent. But I'm just saying, there's an epidemic. Like crack isn't a big thing in black community anymore. People ain't doing crack like that no more. People ain't doing black community. We're not doing heroin. We're not doing meth. We're not doing crack. For the most part, people are smoking. Shit. People are smoking weed. People are popping pills, which is bad. But it ain't
crack, baby.
Crack,
bad.
Heroin, and meth bad.
Now the wave has went to the white people.
Yeah, now it's them. They're the ones addicted to all of the drugs. They addicted to heroin. They losing their kids. That's why they panicking and shit. That's why you got like this uprising, racism, and all that shit. They don't know what to do. They're scared. They see their people getting hooked on drugs and all of that shit. They see their lives falling apart. They see that they're poor and shit like that. And what the news and media does, and they paint this picture of blame the black people. They're taking up all the welfare, even though the majority of people on welfare are white. But they just put that image out there. The face of welfare is a black face.
Of course.
So they put that image out there. They put the image of all these black people so-called committing crimes and getting shot and having this altercation with the police. And then they're like, the police are good people to them because they never had a bad altercation with the police. Police treat them nice. So they're like, I can't believe the police are treating them any different than they're treating us. So it paints this picture that black people are these bad people and they're poor and they're disenfranchised and they're in this bad situation anyway. And they need somebody to blame. And they see that these people may be the people to blame because that's what the media is pushing in front of them. So now you have this conflict between black people and white people in America. You got the poor black people pit against the poor white people. Everybody mad at each other because they poor, and when in reality the reason that both of y'all are poor is because of major corporations and big business and politicians. That's the reason why all y'all are poor. That's the reason why all y'all are miserable. And that's the reason why all y'all don't have any opportunity. It's not because of the illegal immigrants. It's not because of black people. It's not because of racist white people. It's because of the government, and it's because of big corporations and big business. It's profitable for them to have you people against each other. They make money off of that.
I can personally agree with the government is definitely benefiting off of all that, especially the illegal immigrants, which is why I don't think no super strict laws has been put into effect. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they got the whole ICE thing right now, but it's still not super strict. They definitely
and that shit's kind of scummy. That whole ICE shit, where they like treating people like animals and like wrangling them up and shit. It's like you can arrest people without doing all of that shit. But I mean, hey, that's just the world we live in. It's like people want to not have sympathy for illegal immigrants and think it's okay for ICE to come in, round them up. But hey, how you gonna feel when they make a law? They make an ICE for black people. When they make a law where it's illegal for some shit that got to do with being black.
The illegal.
They make
Africans.
Like black people in general, like something to do with black people. Where now they're specifically targeting black people to arrest them.
We already
and now you gonna
experience shit racist. We already had
that but
shit.
In the sense of like it's being illegal, like in the sense of like
the
rest of the world is like okay, well it's kind of pretty similar to that.
We got past it.
But in a sense, no, I'm talking about let it still be happening now, and not in the sense that you're just getting locked up in jail, but like you're actually being kicked out of the country and sent to like a shittier country.
Like where? Africa? Shit, Africa.
No, I ain't talking about Africa.
Right now. Where they gonna send
There's a lot of shitty places in Africa.
Yeah, but it's getting better now. It's getting better now. Definitely like with like the
some places are.
Yeah, some places is, but yeah.
Not all places, but I'm just saying. I'm not. It doesn't matter where they send you. That's not even the argument that I'm making. I'm making the argument of them kicking you out of the country and just sending you somewhere and then rounding you up like an animal, throwing you in a cage and shit like that.
I mean,
If it's a black person being put in that same situation, the fucking country would be in a fucking uprising.
Facts.
People would be going crazy.
We need that shit. We said in the last podcast, I believe like if they legit want black people about there, motherfuckers started GoFundMe and send us, you know what I'm saying, back where we came from, Africa or something like that.
Or, I mean, they can want you out of here and they can just not want to make a GoFundMe. They just need to keep fucking with you until you decide to leave.
Right. That's what these motherfuckers keep trying to do. So I'm saying like, if they not gonna give us that plane ticket.
What I'm saying is, if you don't got sympathy for the illegal immigrants and their plight, then you can't have any malice, feelings towards any mal feeling towards Mexicans or white people for not having any sympathy for black people. Why should they care? If we don't care about their shit, why should they care about our shit?
Me personally, I'm like, the way my people, they didn't even want to be here. Motherfuckers was brought here captive. These other people,
all that's cool. I'm just saying, but like, why should they care?
Who?
White people, Hispanic people, Asian people.
Why should they care that they bought us here? Why are they complaining if they people bought us here? That's why they should care.
Why are they complaining? Because they don't want you anymore.
They people is the reason.
So
if they don't want us anymore, then they should help us get the fuck out of here.
I'm just being devil's advocate. Like, we don't want to help you. We're just gonna keep fucking with you until you leave. Fuck you.
Shit, motherfucker.
Fuck your people.
Motherfuckers just gonna keep on having these hate wars and hate crimes and all that shit that's going on.
Yeah, but the thing is, niggas ain't doing shit.
It's gonna be. It's
one-sided right now.
Shit is happening slowly. You right. It's happening slowly though. Motherfuckers is still scared to call niggas now.
Nah, at one point it's getting past that.
A
lot of white people getting real loose with the N-word.
I doubt it.
They're getting real loose with it. You seeing a lot more videos of people out here being very bold.
So I be downtown and white people be doing that fake ass. That's not as if like it's cool now. But back in the day, motherfuckers would call you, that shit with no.
How you know though?
What?
How you know it was like that back in the day?
Back in the day?
Yeah.
Shit, the media. Motherfuckers get hung all the time.
Yeah, but like, but think about how the media is now.
Okay, check it out. Like,
what if the media was? That'd be crazy. What if the media like how it is now, like very sensational, like shit happens now, but like they just put a lot of cameras on it so everybody know about it.
When?
What if it's the same thing like that back then? Like
back then,
it was like what if it was racism, but it wasn't like super crazy racism like we think it was.
If the media, no.
But the media just like hyped it up.
So you saying that if
like
racism wasn't bad, as like they depicted it?
Yeah.
So you don't think like
I'm not saying I don't think. I'm playing devil's. We're having a dialogue here. I'm playing the opposite side of the conversation.
If racism wasn't, well, first of all, that can't even be because like they kidnapped like the whole.
No, I'm saying like, what if stuff like that happened? Like, okay, yeah, the slavery, all that happened.
Right,
they brought people over here. They lynched and hung people. All that type of crazy shit, it happened, but it wasn't happening a bunch. Like it was just happening, but like they just focused on a lot of like few instances of where it happened.
Well, I'm not getting that. The fact that it's happening.
Like you say, like think about how like now, like they see like you see like a few black people get killed by cops and you see it on TV, but not necessarily when you go outside you constantly seeing black people getting shot by cops.
Yeah. Back then it was worse. Motherfuckers was like hanging people.
But do you think it was like everywhere you went, motthers was just like, there?
Right.
How do you know that?
You had white people, stories, and documentations.
What documentation?
White on the internet.
Like what? Like are there like actual videos of
news articles back then? They had,
so like, news articles.
They had black
like the media, newspapers.
Yes, they had a black
People can make stuff up though, right?
They had a black newspaper article. I don't know if it was legit called Black Wall Street, but it was legit a newspaper article made by black people for black people, and it told black people what was happening in America. And they had motherfucking white people kicking open doors to black families' homes, dragging them out their house, and burning them.
Yeah.
Hence picnics. That's what the word picnics for.
Yeah, I'm saying like, what if all that stuff say it happened, but like, what if it's like very rare and far and in between? Like maybe once a year or something like that.
We probably will be in the same situation that we in right now. Like the fact that shit was like off the chain back then, I think that's what caused, you know what I'm saying, the actual Black Panther movement, the Civil War movement, the uprise, the flourishing of Black Wall Street back then.
Yeah, I'm just putting devil's. I completely agree with what you're saying. I'm not. It's not my point. I'm just making.
I hear that shit. I hear what you're saying. Like how it was so lit back then for white people to like just be able to go out and pick a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because they were just doing that shit. But now it kind of dwindled. You know what I'm saying? Like
it dwindled because
it kind of dwindled.
They realized how dangerous it was because of like there's a lot of threats of riots and stuff like that. The thing about now is Niggas just not about that life like they used to be. Niggas is soft now.
It's either
A lot of dudes.
It's either they
it's
soft.
a lot
It's either they soft or it's actually three things. It's either they soft or the white people calm down off that shit, like how I said, because you don't see that shit happening now, or the media
Yeah, you
just
don't
picking and choosing.
you don't see
certain
white people
shit.
running in people's faces like everywhere you go, calling you the
exactly
N word and
what I'm
nothing like
saying.
that.
What I'm saying.
But you still got white people hanging niggas. That's just still happening. You still got white people shooting niggas and killing niggas.
I ain't heard no
You still
stories.
got no. There's been it was a story last year of these white teenagers. They basically they was playing with this like little young black boy, and they hung him. Almost killed him. He didn't die, but they hung him like by a rope.
Like you say,
Nothing happened.
Like you say though, it was more stories back then of shit like that happening.
I'm
Somebody
just,
got hung.
I'm,
like,
it's probably. I'm just saying it doesn't. To me, it shouldn't matter how many times it's happening. If it's happening, it's happening.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like
I hear that shit. Yeah.
niggas ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like the fact, like
They not about that life
The fact
no
that they
more.
hear
Niggas
that
soft.
shit. The fact that they hear that shit once, they should pop off. But back then, you know what I'm saying, it's like you heard that shit maybe 5 times out of the
That
whole
don't matter.
week.
That don't matter.
I know. I hear what you're saying, but like I guess like after people heard that shit so many times, it kind of pushed them. But now,
And you
it's
would
like,
think that people would jump to action a little quicker, so it won't
it's
ever
like-
happen again.
It's
Like
crazy.
stop
'Cause
history
it's
from
like
repeating
right
itself.
now, like how I said, it's like they kind of like stagnant with the way things happen, and it's sad because they might got this mentality like, oh, this shit not happening all the time. Well, how often do we hear this shit? As opposed to back then, you heard that shit on a daily basis almost. But now,
I doubt you even heard it on a daily basis, like because it's like more so of there was no like massive exchange of media back then. It was more so I think back then of like everyday fear, like because it was so new.
that shit was in
So
your face.
that was in your
also.
face, like so you were actually scared. It wasn't something that you were seeing in like the media or reading
That's
in the
another
newspaper.
thing.
It was
So-
just something face to face
So maybe
every day.
even the media probably they probably helped dwindle that shit down because back then
No,
it's like
the
it's like
media
in your
didn't help
face.
do that. No.
You don't think the media helped dwindle it? Because
No.
right now
media
people
is
like- they're
fanning
like
the
this.
flames.
people be like, let's see what's happening on the news right now. Okay, this shit happened. Okay, hopefully it don't happen in my neighborhood. But back then, you know what I'm saying, that shit, it happened in your neighborhood. Like you go outside, you see motherfuckers.
It happened in your neighborhood if it was happening. It didn't happen in every neighborhood. There were neighborhoods where there were no black people.
But I'm talking about in the black communities, you will like go outside, you will see like a dummy being hung from a tree. You don't see that shit in the projects now. Like you go to the projects.
That's because ain't no white people in the projects.
Exactly. It was like black communities. White people would go to those communities though and like hang shit as like a sign or a warning. But
You
like,
still have stuff like that happen now. You don't see it in
not,
every
not
black
as, not as
community.
often, yeah.
But
Not,
you
not
still-
as often like how you did back then. They had one.
My thing
recent-
is,
they
you
have-
keep saying like something happening super often, but like where you base? What do you base?
I was
Are you-
just about to say,
what
like
are you
in
basing it
Chicago
off of?
right now, like how you say some white people would say they're not doing that shit often. But like a couple weeks ago,
Because
somewhere in Illinois, I forgot what the suburb was, and they tried to say it was a Halloween decor.
Yeah, and they hung up the black
they hung
thing.
the black person. You don't see nothing like that happening in Chicago. That's like way out there in the white suburbs.
That's because the white people don't come to black neighborhoods in Chicago.
Exactly. They not doing that like how they was back
They
then.
they just don't come out here. They don't want to come out.
They're,
They
they're,
don't have a
they in
reason
the,
to come
they're
out
in the
here.
city though. Like the Hyde Park is it's like interracial.
Yeah, but Hyde Park is a different kind of white people. Those are liberals. You don't have any. You don't really have conservative white people.
But the fact that it's like integrated like that though, like you would expect.
There were liberal white people back then. There were white people that loved black people back then.
Yeah, but it was probably.
That marched with black people. That died next to black people. Got beat up next to them. Got killed by the cops right next to
It
them.
was more people, more white people though that was like racist and. They
I think it was kind of the same.
You think it was the same back then and how it is now?
Like as amount, like how many? I think just as racist people are not as vocal now, but they're starting to become more vocal. It's changing. Like just like when we were kids, we didn't see all of this crazy racism shit going on.
Well, that kind of.
We seen some racism shit, but like as far as like it being like a everyday in the media,
Well, that kind
it
of
wasn't
go
going
back,
like that
That
when
kind
we
of
were
go back
kids.
to your point earlier. Then, like they being back more vocal. Well, hopefully this might kick off another civil war.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think they be
It's
more
happening
vocal, but the
slowly
thing,
but
is,
surely.
but with black people is like niggas is not as tough as they used to be back then.
Well, like I say,
Like you got the kids who call themselves savages and all that. They tough and everything, but they not about doing anything against anybody but each other. Like, they don't care about none of that stuff. They don't care about racism. They don't even believe in racism and all that kind of stuff.
It's like they willing to pop off,
But not pop off on that.
It's like
They're not willing to pop off.
it's like when
on
the
that.
whole thing in Ferguson happened, they set that shit up. They set hella stores ablaze. They looted. Like, they need to just channel that anger. You know what I'm saying? If they really trying to go at white people, they
That's
need to
cool,
go up
setting
north and
stuff
do that
on
shit.
fire and all that. But it's like, that stuff gonna be rebuilt.
True, right?
They gonna collect insurance money from
That's
it.
why I'm like, they need to like find somebody, or not even find somebody, just like wisen up and be like, how can we hurt these people? And you gotta hurt these people by hitting them where it hurts, which is the pockets.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you saying riot, like this whole riot thing and burning stuff. That stuff's cool. It'll be fun. It'll get a lot of energy out, make people feel a little bit better. But it's not gonna solve anything in a sense of like it's not gonna cost anybody any money. That's gonna make people
Me
money.
personally though, like,
It'll make people more money than it's gonna
me
cost
personally
them.
though, like everybody that got a job that's like
Just
working
stop
for, like,
buying stuff.
or everybody that's got a job working for a white CEO person, just quit. Like just invest in our own black businesses. Like I said in
That's
the
the
last
thing.
podcast.
People ain't definitely trying to do that. Ain't
Like
nobody
somebody like
ain't
if somebody
nobody quitting. Niggas is not quitting their jobs.
like if somebody know how to cook, get you somebody that know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? Start your own delivery food service, some shit like that.
Yeah, that'll make more sense. I do think black people should just start.
Like just quit working for these white CEOs because they are in power. Like you gotta hit them where it hurts, which is they pockets.
Yeah,
It's
but-
riot and shit, like you say. It
That's
just
not gonna
bounce
do
back from
anything.
it.
You gotta start your own businesses. Start
You need to
big
have-
entrepreneurs. Yeah, like if you know how to cook, it's not hard to start some kind of food company.
Like,
I mean,
that's just an example.
actually,
A food
people
company.
do that stuff out of their houses now. Like you can even sign up through Grubhub. You can order. People can order food. And you
Yeah.
actually make it wherever you make it. And you
There
just
we go
deliver
right
it.
there. Like if y'all really want to see a change, like to get another Black Wall Street up and booming. Like we legit gotta stop. Like just sitting here.
There's a lot of abandoned storefronts in every black community. You can start trying to rent those out, start
Fact,
businesses.
fact. I mean, we can drop gems all the time, but it might just fall on deaf ears though. It's
But
like
the thing
people
is, a
just
lot of stuff is you gotta have funding to do that stuff too. A lot of people don't have funding to open businesses. You gotta have money to rent those spaces out. You have to have money for the materials, if you're gonna do any kind of chef thing. Because I think, and actually, it might be a little difficult to do that because if you're gonna sell food to people, you have to be approved by the Food and Drug and Safety Administration.
So FDA.
Yeah, you have to be approved by them, so they would have to come to wherever facility where you're making the food, inspect it, and make sure everything is good, and then they give you a rating, and then you can sell food and everything.
Get your own licenses or
You have to get your licenses, but people gotta have money for that. Gotta get your own licenses. People gotta start.
Couple $100, start your own business.
Yeah, a few $100, start your
Go
own
ahead, go ahead,
business.
do it. Get a couple $100.
Start your own
Start your own
business.
business. Get your licenses. Quit working for your white CEO. Start your own shit.
Start your own shit.
That's all you gotta do.
Start opening up some organic grocery stores in the hood. You don't see none of that. That'll be a good business investment for people to do. Open up a grocery store.
Motherfuckers can grow their
It's a
own
lot of
stuff.
black farmers.
They can grow their own stuff. Yeah, back to any,
All these open lots that nobody's
any-
using. People like to grow food in like those lots. Do that.
Any black activists or whatnot that's watching this shit, take notes. You know what I'm saying? Help the black community. We dropping hella gems right now for everybody that's talking about like, yo, America's not changing. Shit just keep
Make a
happening.
black Uber.
Yeah.
There's already Uber, but I mean, just because it's an idea that people are using already doesn't mean you can't make your own version of it.
Mhm.
Stop using Uber. Use a black version of it.
Shit, we can start our own type of
Start your own bus service, so you ain't gotta take the
Jay-Z bought Tidal.
CTA no more.
Jay-Z bought Tidal. We can like start our own black streaming thing because white people is definitely they feasting on rap right now. They feasting off these black artists that signed to them. But a lot
I don't
of
even
people-
understand why
a lot of people, a lot of people, yeah, a lot of
can
people
sign to labels.
Yeah, a lot of people starting to go independent, man. Go independent with your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
There's no point in being signed to a label.
we can just like start supporting ourselves if we get out this complacency that we in right now.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, people just gotta start putting their money where their mouth is. Everybody likes to talk about it, and no one necessarily wants to be about it. Like me, like I told you, I took time off my job. I don't give a fuck. I wouldn't even quit. I'm finna focus on doing this, and this is my own business right here that I'm trying to start. This podcast, this whole media thing. I built everything in this room myself. I put my own money into it. So
That's how you do it, man.
everybody gotta. People like to talk about things, but you don't know how easy it is to get things done until you start actually doing it.
Right.
Just take the first step start moving, start getting things in order, and eventually you'll be at where you want to be.
That's all facts.
It's not that difficult. And that's with anything, like any kind of business you want to start, any new skill you want to learn how to do, anything you really want to learn. I mean, it's not hard. I mean,
Oh man, yeah,
opportunity,
you talking about skills and shit.
yeah, opportunity is out there. It's just that people don't have access to the knowledge of knowing where the opportunities are. You know what I mean? Like they don't know how to take advantage of the
You
opportunities.
talking about skills? A great ass example. You know what I'm saying? Have like black people teach other black people how to make beats. You know what I'm saying? And like a way you could flip that. All these other shit. I guess keep it blunt. White rappers or whatnot, they can kind of be like your drug users, so to say. Sell them beats, they could rap over your shit, make money. Another example.
Yeah, I mean
China
that,
has a way of
and not
flipping,
just with
you know what I'm
making beats. That's a good idea, but like not even just making beats. We need to have like our own black trade school in the sense that you have black people teaching other black people carpentry, construction work, plumbing, electrician work, things like that. Medical things in the medical field, business acumen, management, like a lot of stuff. I mean, because there's a lot of you got to look at human beings as being a commodity or a resource. And as black people, we have a lot of black people in this country that are just sitting around not doing nothing. I mean, you can train these people to actually have skills and to be productive for our community.
Right.
Start training each other, people who actually have the degrees already, who already spent the money getting the degrees. If you got time on your hand, teach someone else who looks like you the skill that you learned.
Right. The whole college thing is crazy. Like charging so much. Like just like have like somebody that's already a master in whatever arts it is, and just like teach your own people what you know for the free.
Yeah, we need to start opening up our own trade, like schools, small training centers. That'll be very smart. Like if somebody who has a degree and they can't find a job in the field of that degree, that could be a very smart business plan for or a business idea for them. You just rent out a small room or space, small office, set up a classroom, and teach whatever you learned. Whatever you got a master's or a doctorate's in or a bachelor's or whatever degree you have, whatever field you have it in, teach people how to do it.
That's facts. Basically, the whole moral of this little conversation is try to keep the skills and money in-house. In-house, basically, is the black community. That's like really for us to like see some growth. Shit, yeah, we just dropped hella gems, man. We probably gonna have to what? Get back onto some ratchet shit. Like,
I don't know. We can.
what type of ratchet topic we got now, man?
I don't know. We was talking about a lot of good stuff.
God
there.
damn, I don't even know how we got to dropping these gems. But shit, anybody that's watching, y'all want to hear more gems get dropped, just drop a comment, man.
Yeah, tell us what y'all want us to talk about.
We can definitely keep dropping gems for days, for
Leave
hours.
comments. We want to know what y'all think about the conversation and our points of views and our opinions and what we're discussing. We like to open a dialogue with whoever wants to open a dialogue with us.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
We probably, maybe, hopefully one day, you know what I'm saying?
We gotta have do a live streams and have like a chat room. Have a chat room. Yeah, we can. Maybe when we get like everybody together and we do one, like you know what I mean, like we get Sheldon up.
Oh yeah,
and
we
Cole
definitely
up
got like more level-headed thinkers like us. So we probably
and we
definitely
set
get
up,
down.
probably have to set up some other kind of cameras, and we can just do like a live stream. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
definitely
makes
get
sense.
them up in this joint. You know what I'm saying? Just bounce ideas off each other and off these soundproof walls. Just keeping the shit in house. Like, keeping the shit in house.
But I don't know what we can really get into. I mean, if we're gonna go into ratchet stuff.
Nah, I mean like another topic I want to talk about, like the whole integration thing. That's crazy. It's on World Star. We can watch this video.
Integration or immigration.
You know what I'm saying? Like black people live with white people in the community and whatnot. Like
mixing
on,
together?
Yeah, on World Star, it's a video legit of a white lady stopping a black dude from
From going, I see that video of going into his own apartment.
She probably play that shit like that shit is crazy. She stopped him from going into an apartment that she lived in, unknowingly knowing that he lived in there too.
Oh yeah, and
Like,
she
was
follows
just
him
out-
all
yeah,
the
she
way
followed
to
him,
his
like-
door and everything.
So man, like,
I think low key, She just wanted some dick, bro.
Yeah, she probably did, but hey, like that type of harassment though.
Cause like
that
afterwards, she was like, "I just want to say hello. Then I want to meet you.
shit. Wow.
If you're my neighbor, I want to meet you."
Mm.
He's like, "I don't want anything to do
I don't
with
know,
you."
man. She
kept on.
probably did want that black
She was
man
scared at
doodle,
first, but
probably-
she wanted that black
probably
mamba
want
G.
that black manga, know what I'm saying? But that type of harassment was unnecessary, man. She could
It
have just
was.
said she could have just said she wanted that.
I think
you know what I'm saying?
spent
broke her
he
back.
actually spent way too much time with dialoguing with that chick. I would have been walked right past her. Like
I don't think he was trying to touch her though.
I don't give a fuck. I would have moved that bitch out of my way with the quick. Especially if I was recording and I had like video of me telling her multiple times that you are in my way. I live here and I need you to get out of my way. And she doesn't. You get moved.
Now you know the court. You being a black man, they definitely spin that shit.
No. See, that's another thing. We gotta stop doing as a people is like automatically assuming, like automatically that we have no.
These
no
are
kinda,
statistics, man. These are statistics.
No, if you have video, it'll be very hard for them to prove anything against that. Because there's cases all the time where black people are done wrong and they win in the court system. We just like to focus on the bad stuff. But there's a lot of cases where some shit happens where black people dealing with white people or dealing with anybody in the court system where we win and you win money and all that kind of shit, or the other person gets arrested and go to jail. It happens all the time.
Man, it's more cases with white people.
Is it more cases like that, or is there more attention showed to those cases?
Shit, maybe both.
I don't see the video with a chick.
It should have it.
And this is all new
it
stuff.
might have been yesterday.
Damn, those some big ass titties.
It might have been yesterday. Uploaded yesterday, but yeah, that shit crazy. I'm like, man, cause I live in
Oh, that's a couple shits we can watch on here to be real with
you
you.
know, your boy moved kind of out the hood, and like I say, I stay in Hyde Park, and that's kind of like a kind of a mixed neighborhood.
Oh, you brave
But
when
I'm
niggas
like-
to
I'm
know
like-
you at.
I'm like, I give a shit, ain't nobody gonna slide. I give a like I flipped out, man. Like if one of my white neighbors tried to stop me from entering my crib or some shit like that, man. Like,
I'm gonna move you out my fucking way. I don't give a
Like, that
fuck,
shit
bro.
is crazy.
What you gonna-
Like, that's
I would
insane.
do a couple months if it means I get to break your fucking jaw. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah, man, that shit insane, man. She was just stopping my man from doing that shit, though, man.
I don't know. I'm not seeing this video. They must have moved, or it must be far back.
I think it was uploaded maybe yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago at the most.
Yeah, I think it was the day before yesterday. Dun, dun.
Shit, yeah, man. Y'all definitely make sure y'all follow your boy, though. Twitter and Instagram at Babu Boston. That's BABU.
Nah, maybe I'm just not seeing this shit.
I mean, I'm gonna cut all this out right here
Oh,
anyway,
okay,
because
so
we
it's
not
like
talking
it's
about
like a white
that.
lady, though.
Oh, damn, this motherfucker missing his whole fucking face,
Yeah,
bro.
where the fuck my phone at? Oh, okay. Let me see. Let me see. If I can
Yikes,
find
girl, blah, blah, blah. Cop watch.
it. Oh, they got that shit on World Star? I see that
Yeah.
on Twitter. Not Twitter.
Cops
YouTube.
getting roasted. This white chick getting smacked in the face for calling this black dude an
It's
N-word.
called Apartment Patty, and it was uploaded October 13th. She gotta go into that day.
This black
That was
dude's
yesterday, wasn't it?
sitting in a room full of white people saying the N-word like a clown.
On the October 13th day.
Probably. Just making sure I see this shit. That's October 12th. So you say October 13th?
Yeah. Shit, we probably talk about this T.I. video too. He got like a Donald Trump wife looking like in his new movie.
Oh yeah, I
or
saw
something.
that. Wait, I'm cutting this out, so I don't want to talk right now.
Facts.
Oh, here we go.
Apartment Patty. All right, so you say the apartment. I'm gonna cut in. So you say the apartment Patty is what we're.
Yeah. The
So set
Apartment
this
Patty.
up. So set this up. So what's going on in this video before we
Pretty
click
much
on it?
what's happening here with Apartment Patty. She's stopping a black man from entering the building that she lives in, unknowingly knowing that he lives there as well. So what she gonna do? She gonna keep harassing my man to like see if he really lived there, to see like where he lived in that building. Just a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff, like she kind of like the fake police.
All right, so let's get to the video. Let's see.
Move now.
I can. Do you live here?
Yeah,
I'm
stop
sorry.
touching me.
The keypad is right there.
I understand that, ma'am. But
You
you're-
can film me. That's
okay,
fine.
I understand, ma'am, but you're blocking me. and I live
Into
here.
my building.
Okay, and
Okay.
it's my building as well, so I need you to get out my way.
Okay, what unit?
I don't need to say that information. So excuse me, ma'am.
I'm uncomfortable.
Excuse me. Okay, you can be uncomfortable. That's your discretion. You're
Bro,
uncomfortable
this is
because
all
of
of
you.
this.
I need you to move out my way, please.
No,
Ma'am, please stop touching me.
I'm not touching
You
you.
just was previously.
I'm
At
not
this
touching
point,
you.
I would already be in the building.
Stop being-
I'm not touching
I would already
you,
be in a
and I'm
building. I don't
not
know.
In any way doing
Why is he even having this
anything
conversation
outside
with
of
this
letting my
chick?
dog go to the
Okay,
bathroom.
I live here. You're blocking
I
the
would
door.
have
What
muffed
unit?
her
I don't need to tell you that.
out of my
What unit do you
fucking
live?
way.
Three.
I fucking live
Okay.
here, shorty. Like, you're not
Great.
the fucking office
fourth
manager.
floor.
Like,
Excuse me.
what?
No.
What?
You don't have a key fob. You are
resident like him.
no.
No. No. No.
If you have that, then okay.
Ma'am, you're not security. You're not the property manager. You're not
No,
Mike
but
Herman.
I live here.
Okay, and I live here too. You're not Mike Herman.
So
You're
you're
not
not Mike
Rick.
Herman. You're
I
not
don't like the
Rick.
fact you have
I
your
guess
phone
that's
in my
like the
face.
Okay,
security
I don't like the
and
fact that you're
the
blocking
property
me
manager.
where I pay.
So if he knows those
All
people,
I'm asking is
get out of his
what
way.
unit?
But you're not. I don't need to tell you that information, ma'am.
If you want to come
He
into
doesn't
my
have to tell you
building,
shit.
It's not your building. You're not the owner.
Yeah, it isn't your building.
You pay rent.
sir, you walked up on a street.
Yes,
that
yes.
has-
And I've already.
which
buzzed in.
would-
I've already.
That's what people usually do.
She don't,
When you walk into your apartment building, you come off of the street while you're walking,
she don't know what
and you
to
go
say.
into the fucking door.
She don't know what to say, man. She just ignorant. She just want to keep talking. Like, my man's already proved he lived there, but she's just so blinded by ignorance.
Y'all be giving these motherfuckers way too much lenient. I'd be like, bitch, I wouldn't even be talking to her nice. I'm like, bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of my way.
Kick her in the forehead with a Timberland booty.
Ah!
New York thing on.
With the fucking fitted on.
Did not.
Damn.
Man, it does not even matter.
I
You
put a
get out my
kufi on her
way.
head just to
No.
smack it off.
He's
Yeah.
not in this
I'm
building.
not showing you anything. And the second, ma'am, I'm bound
Put
to
a
walk through.
kufi
where
on
I
her
live.
head just to
No.
smack off her kufi.
Can you show me the key fob into this?
I ain't
no.
showing you shit, bitch.
No.
Excuse me.
See, he should have been did that.
What he moved?
He just moved out the way, like, excuse me, get the fuck out of my way. You sitting there wasting all this time recording this bitch.
That's crazy.
Where are you going?
She wanted some dick so bad, bro. Cause if she felt threatened, she wouldn't have walked up to him while he's in. Like, you're following him.
Rude. I'm not being
If you thought he was a threat or a crazy person, why would you be following him? You would have been called the cops.
Yeah.
and pushed your way in.
I fucking live here. You were in my way, and you wouldn't move.
No.
She wants some dick so bad, bro.
He is going to move.
She. Go-
Where are you going?
Even her dog likes him. Like the dog all sniffing him and shit.
That's crazy. And she legit gonna follow my man Saves apart.
She wants some dick, bro.
Man, I hope he.
Look
found-
at her.
I hope he found something
Like-
on her, man.
No, I want to know who you're going to see.
Like, look at this chick, bro.
Talking about she wanna know. who
Look
he
at her
going to
player
see.
build, bro. Look at her body, bro. Look at this chick, bro. I don't even want to body shame, but come on, bro. She ain't getting no action, bro. She miserable. She live by herself
With her dog.
with her dog. She ain't getting no dick. She see this big black dude coming in the building. Like,
Trying to get
at first she probably did think he didn't live there. She probably thought he was scared, but she saw he had keys and shit. She know he lives there. So she just wanted to keep this dialogue going, this conversation going, this argument, this interaction going, so she can hopefully, you know, get into the crib.
Possible facts.
She's trying to find out what apartment he live in. She gonna probably try to approach him in, like, you know, the laundry facility later on. Like, so I'm so sorry about everything that happened earlier. I need some of that BBC.
Let me find out this the intro to a black porn though.
It's a
Like,
black
I-
porno,
I-
G.
I ain't
Hey, this
watched
would be a
this
funny
already.
ass intro
I
to
ain't
a black
watched this all the
porno,
way through,
G.
but if they knocking boots at the end, bro, I'm gonna
Meow,
faint. I'm
meow.
gonna faint.
So now you're gonna follow.
Yo, somebody should like splice this video,
Hey,
the end of this
put it-
video, and
put
then
it-
just put it into a porno at the
That
end.
Marvin Gaye song, you're playing the game.
And why you're here.
What I say?
And if you do, then I would like to meet you because
See,
you're a
I would like to
neighbor.
meet you.
Bro, that's
Yeah,
nuts,
shout out
bro.
to
She is doing the most, man. It's
She wants
not-
some. Why you want to meet me? You already. I don't like you. I don't know
Now
you.
that you saying that, bro, this is looking like a D appointment. She's trying to get,
She
man.
following my man's his apartment,
He
bro.
verified that he's staying in the apartment. She's still just following.
My man's know where the elevator is. He know everything. Like
Stop following me. I want to call the cops.
he
for
say he gonna call the
harassment.
cops.
That's my next step.
I wouldn't call the cops. So that's the difference between black people and white people. Like niggas don't call the cops for stupid shit. Like a white person to call the cops on you because you got a barbecue grill at the beach or some
My
shit.
keys in the door.
Or because you
That
got
is
on
so-
slippers at the pool.
You got on slippers.
She's all back.
Calling the cops.
Ma'am,
You're selling lemonade.
Have a good night, ma'am. Don't ever do
Niggas
that
don't
again.
call the police
Look
for
pretty
shit,
Have a
bro.
good night. And my name's
Motherfuckers
Mr.
get
Toad.
shot and don't call the police.
He said the nice, and she talking about wow. It's like wow, he really didn't.
He's like, you see, I have the key. She's like, well, I'm your neighbor. I'm trying to meet you. Hello. She wants some dick, G. That's all that was. She was doing the most. She's lonely. She lived by herself.
Hey, they got another video on World.
She probably don't. Probably watch porn all day or some shit. She probably one of them types.
You probably looking at that Wakanda.
Looking
got,
at Wakanda
another-
all
they got-
day.
They got another video. I don't know if you seen like the white lady. She trying to say the little white boy harassed her. Walking
Oh
out,
yeah,
grabbed
say he
ass
grabbed her
or
ass or something. In the
something.
video
Now,
show,
I'm
he
like,
just
I'm
walked
like, that's
past.
not cool, bro. Cause that's that immaterial type shit, man. I'm like, she should have caught fame for that one.
Oh gee, this
And-
kind of
and
fucked
it-
up. But did you see this video
What?
of this person trying to take a selfie and they fell off the balcony of 27th floor?
Yeah, no, I ain't see that, man.
That
That's
shit,
fucked
you
up,
might
bro.
not want to watch that. I got a morbid sense of humor because that shit, I laughed, but somebody died, so you probably shouldn't laugh at shit
Damn.
like that.
That's kinda fucked up, man.
But my man T.I. here though,
Facts. What's
he
up,
got the
people?
naked. You know what's so funny about this? Like, if you want to see,
You know, hold
if you
on,
want to
hold
see Trump's wife naked, we can look at her naked right now.
But yeah, that's crazy.
Watch this.
Going
Shit.
back-
I ain't gonna show it on the camera. Watch
Going
this.
back earlier though, like what we was talking about, like the people that's calling Kanye Kamunn. T.I. one of the people. He talking about he wanna slap the shit out of Kanye.
T.I. need to shut the fuck up.
Talking about he wanna slap Kanye and that he's ashamed to have been associated with him. I'm like, where all this anger coming from?
Motherfuckers is mad for no reason.
That's
But
crazy.
this is Trump's wife right here. This is literally her. This is her. This is his wife. She used to be a porn star. This is Trump's wife.
That's the
This is the first lady of America right here, G.
first lady.
This is his wife.
YouTube, y'all can't see this, but the first lady, she's on.
She bad. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna look, man. I got a wife at home.
Yeah, you can't look at it. Let me get off that.
But shit, yeah, that's crazy though,
You
man.
know,
That's insane, bro. So T.I. got.
I would say he had the baddest. She's the baddest first lady. Was there ever a first lady prettier than Melania Trump?
Shit, I don't even know. Shit.
Michelle
I
Obama
don't-
wasn't really that attractive.
I don't really be focusing on. I don't really be focusing on none of these presidents, really. But shit, I have no idea, man.
I don't think so. But what we talking about?
We was talking about T.I. calling.
Oh yeah, this nigga T.I.
Calling Kanye Kamunn and he wanted to give him a fade.
For fade for what? This
I don't
nigga
know.
T.I. just want to be in the media so bad because his album just dropped. He just want attention.
Oh, he just dropped it out.
Yeah, he just dropped the album.
Yeah, we did, yeah. I
Ain't
didn't-
nobody even know.
Yeah, that's insane.
He just want to be in the media so bad. Plus, because, you know, Kanye called him out and him and Kanye did that weak ass song when that Poopy Tube came out.
That was
The
a
other
good
song,
song.
I remember the other song they did, it was like Kanye and T.I. was playing like the voice of the people and it was going back and forth and shit.
You know what, man? Sadly, I ain't
That
hear
song was
that,
ass.
but I ain't hear that, but I probably didn't listen to it because T.I. was on that. Nah, no shame in my man, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect.
What T.I. used to be your guy though.
He used to be the guy, but he fell off, man. He tried to do like I guess.
That used to be like, yo, like I was a Super Wayne fan. T.I. was your guy.
Yeah, I was that dude back in the day. He kept it real, you know what I'm saying? Trap music, you know what I'm saying? Rubber band, man. All that shit was relatable, but then, you know what I'm saying? He went to jail.
I think his new project is kind of close like to how
he,
Trapadano like
he
was
went
though.
to jail, you know what I'm saying? Trying to do this whole turnaround thing. That album was, and then, like, you know what I'm saying? His music just, like, went downhill from there, man. Like, he ain't got that same vibe now, bro. It's like, I guess he went to Hollywood. He probably wanted to
He had a couple
Hollywood.
decent. That song with him and Thug, that shit was dope. Ain't About the Money.
That was decent.
That shit was fire.
That's decent.
That's like Thug's best song.
That's decent, and I don't know like what his new songs are sounding like. But if it's anything trying to sound similar to like what he was rapping about, like in trap music,
I think it's something like because it's called Trap 10 or something like
I
that,
don't know,
or
but
Dime Trap.
the authenticity of that music, like right now, it's gone because he rich, he Hollywood now, so he
Yeah.
can't rap about that stuff.
Can't
no
rap
more.
about
Talking
that
about
stuff
how,
anymore.
how he's still in the streets. No, he
Yeah,
not.
he can't do it no more.
Yeah,
That, but it's like you gotta learn how to pass because like Wayne, he just dropped his album and his shit was still good.
Shit.
He not in the streets and stuff no
Yeah,
more.
he ain't in the streets. I don't think he was rapping about still being in the streets.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He was rapping about
Wayne's a good rapper though.
He was rapping about getting niggas who'll kill you, which is true.
He
can
could do that because
but
he's rich.
He ain't one of them rappers that still talking about he in the streets.
In the streets doing
He
all
accepted
that
the fact that
crazy.
he
Yeah,
rich.
Wayne really don't even really be on that gang banging shit no more like that no more. He actually kind of became like more of a
rappers like
positive like influence.
Like
now.
rappers like that, I really respect. That came from like the streets, but they seen their growth and they don't rap like they in the streets no more. Like that's that falsehood. And you know what I'm saying? Jay-Z's at the top of the line. Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He the GOAT for that shit. In my eyes. I know you're a Wayne fan.
To me, Wayne is the GOAT of all time.
I have to say
my
Hov
three
is that
top
dude.
my three top favorite artists is Tupac, Wayne, Kanye. Out of everybody, Tupac, Wayne, Kanye. In that order.
That's a respectable list.
Tupac 1, Wayne 2, Kanye 3. Because people, see, I wish people knew Wayne music like a Wayne fan knows Wayne music. Like, know all Wayne music. A lot of people know, like, they know some of this, like, they know the lollipop type stuff and all that. But, like, the old real mixtape Wayne, like, the early Wayne, and, like,
he was a beast.
the from
I would
2000
undoubtedly say
to
that nigga was a GOAT
2010,
back
like,
then.
that whole decade, like, the mixtape, like, not the mainstream
all
radio
the drought
songs.
series.
All the droughts is over. The dedicate,
That
there's
nigga
no
ran
ceilings.
hip-hop during that time.
The bars, the metaphors, the lyricism, the meaning behind the songs. Wayne was Wayne. Nobody ever had a run like that.
This nigga had
Other than
everybody.
Wayne. Jay-Z, I don't even think Jay-Z had a run like
This
that.
nigga had everybody in my in chorus, on the chorus. Everybody in the hallways of chorus saying this one line. That nigga was like, and you don't wanna fuck with a soldier. Use
Your head off your shoulders. Notice your mom with a dozen of roses.
Like that.
Now that's fucked up.
That was cold. That Wayne right there. That
said
nigga
you
definitely
don't
ran
wanna
hip hop that
with
time.
a soldier. Use your head
That
off,
nigga,
take it off your
he,
shoulders. Come up in your house and shoot everyone that's sitting on the living room sofa.
That nigga was a beast back then. And shit, me personally, man, I know he
Wayne.
died now. That his last album, when was that?
You gotta stop it right now.
How many songs you have now? Like 23?
23, and majority of it was fire.
I don't know how many of them I fuck with, but the ones that I still got on my phone that I do.
We gonna listen to this album.
It's like
Today. I mean, it might not be on the podcast. I mean, we might go put a little bit on there because we're gonna have to edit a bunch of shit out.
That's 4 songs distinctively.
Matter of fact,
it's
bruh.
4 songs distinctively that I got on my phone out of
Bruh.
23 songs that I fuck with.
Bruh.
And also, like, it's crazy because you said the Static Major thing. I'm like, how did that nigga be making songs with rappers that passed? Because Static Major passed when he made Lollipop, and then he got a song.
Probably
with-
already had the verse for it already.
True. Well,
Got the
I'm
song
like,
with X2.
that nigga. I don't know how he do that.
He got the voice, the vocals and stuff before they died. But we gonna listen to this project.
I'm like, I don't know how that nigga be picking the artists or some artists right before it's their time. That nigga, I don't know. Is it
It's
good
just-
for a curse type thing? That's
No,
crazy.
it's I'm pretty sure they picked that after X died. Because he said I want a triple extension on my afterlife, so he knew X was dead before that vote. I think what they said was the vocals for that song, X recorded it already because it's supposed to be with a different artist on a different song, but Wayne liked the vocals, and he asked the mother and all of that, can he use them? Then he put
It's
it on the
articles
album.
though of Wayne saying he didn't know who X was. Though.
Yeah, he didn't know him like who he probably knew who he was, but he wasn't like Wayne don't know who anybody is. He don't know who none of the new artists is.
I think that nigga
Mac Main
said-
put all of that stuff together. Mac Main know who X is.
Right. That's good to see
Yeah.
Mac still rolling with Wayne.
Yeah,
too,
Mac
though.
is the president. He the president of Young Money. He just don't do music. He behind the scenes.
That's
Wayne,
what's
that's
up.
the one thing about Wayne. Wayne still got his whole crew with. Only people that ain't there is
I
like
thought he
Twist.
might have-
I think
he might
Twist
have
still
stood-
there.
I thought
Chucky
he
and
might have
Tyga is
stood-
gone.
I thought he might have stood under the whole Cash Money thing. But
Who? Mac Main?
Yeah.
Nah.
Mac
Mac Main is
real.
closer to Wayne than he is Birdman.
He a real one for that one.
I
Yeah.
think Wayne, he still got T Streets, Gutter. He still got all them around him.
Yeah, I think Gutter was on his
Yeah, Gutter was
his
on the last
mixtape or
mixtape. He's on Last Dedication.
Mm.
But he got people. He gave them jobs doing different stuff so they can still eat.
That's smart. He
Yeah.
kept it in his circle. And
Yeah.
like salute to those people, you know what I'm saying, that kind of like who you started from the bottom with and you still there legit. You know what I'm saying? Respect to that type.
But man, to me that whole album was fire.
Shit, man, it was decent.
Just bars
man.
upon
I think
bars
I gave that
upon
shit
bars.
6.5 out of 10.
I give that shit
man.
a 9 out of 10.
Hmm.
I wouldn't give it a 10
Why
out
you
of
give it
10.
out of 10?
Because some of the songs, I like all of the songs.
That song.
But some of the songs, it's like more of a nostalgic thing. Like the song with Nivea and that song with Mac Main.
That was Dookie. And I think that
I don't think
Ashanti.
they was Duke. That shit was dope. That Ashanti feature was fire to me. Because it just reminded me of the 90s and the early 2000s. But the Mac Main, that was just like a kind of a family get together type vibe. We're gonna start this off right. It's just
that
like
that one on Friendly Get Together. That was like maybe a group of cousins that's guys and brothers. Because them niggas was talking about where the bitch is at.
yeah, it's like it was.
Yeah,
But I'm
you
just saying the
can't-
vibe of the song.
You can't
That song
have-
was,
you can't have
and,
your
that, and
grandma
if you just go
around
from the bars of what he was talking about and the way he was saying that shit was fire, bro.
Man, I was listening to the bars.
Wayne
I
always
definitely
got
listening to
bars.
the bars, man. And it sounded like what was that song with Travis Scott? It sounded like the nigga was getting off. Like he was basically just rhyming the same word.
He's
with his
rhyming
mind.
Mine,
And it had, like, the
but he
same
was
thing.
using it in a lot of different contexts
He
and
said
situations.
That nigga was just saying some shit like, don't lose your mind, never mind, blow your mind. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This shit sounded cool,
Don't
but
lose
it's
your
like
mind,
it's
never mind,
like
blow your
no
mind.
different from niggas
Yeah.
just rhyming nigga. That's pretty much how that sounds. So
Yeah.
it sounded like it was cool, but I was like, that was the average for me. Like, given like how long we was waiting, this is just my opinion, we was waiting on that album, I wanted that nigga to leave Earth with them bars. Now, trust me,
Kinda did though.
he did have some bars where he left Earth, but it wasn't on a lot of the songs though. And I can't even think of it.
One is the Carter 5. Two is all that shit's dated. That shit was recorded years ago.
That's another thing.
All that stuff was
should've
recorded
scrapped
years.
all that old shit.
Nah, I wanted to hear all of it. You're not a Wayne fan. Don't even your opinion on that don't even matter.
Man,
G.
he should have used that shit as a mixtape and came
If-
with some new fire. Cause he been saying
Who had better bars than who put out an album
Eminem.
did not have better bars than Wayne? Eminem 100% didn't have better bars than Wayne. That Kamikaze, not at all.
And
Not even better song structure.
I'm not even a diehard
None of
Eminem
that.
fan. but
None of that.
I keep it 100. I get
From
Eminem,
your point of view.
I get Eminem album. I get that 9 out of 10. I don't fuck with that because, he kind of still rapping about the same shit. He still kind of
Nah.
beat him and all that shit.
Nah.
But, you know what I'm saying? Like, his bars is out of this world.
We finna. I'm gonna wait till the podcast over. We gonna listen to this Wayne because I don't
We
even
gonna have
know
to listen
what
to
you
both
talking.
of
We
them.
can listen to both of them. We can listen to both
But
of
the
them.
4 songs I know he dropped some bars on from the song that I got on my phone. It would have to be that Don't Cry. Now, I don't know if he really dropped bars on it. I just like the vibe on that one. Don't Cry.
You probably don't even get a lot of the bars this nigga Wayne be
I
saying
think
because you
what's
didn't
the
get
other
you didn't get the keep it 300 like the 3 Romans.
I think
So
that's
you
the
probably
reach.
didn't even get the bars.
I
You
think
don't get
reach.
bars, G.
I think
You don't
that's
get
the
bars, G.
reach.
You
That's the
don't
reach,
even
man.
get bars, G.
That whole Kanye thing was
Nah, you don't even get bars, G.
I'm gonna have to hit this nigga
You can't
Kanye
even
up.
decipher bars,
I'm gonna have to hit
G.
this nigga Kanye up on Twitter like, hey yo,
Nah,
bro, what does keep it 300 mean? And if that
yeah.
nigga verify what you saying,
Yeah, exactly. You
I'm
don't
happy.
even get
I'm
bars,
happy.
G.
I can't be
You don't
rapping.
get
I'm
bars.
the
Nah,
R&B
nigga,
singer,
nah,
man.
nigga, nah.
Hey Kanye, if you watching
don't
this
get
shit,
bars, G.
let a nigga know what keep it 300 mean, man. Dude, that
If
shit
you don't
mean
get
cool,
that
calm,
simple
collected.
bar, you don't get bars. It's a simple bar. Keep it 300 like the Romans.
Google that shit. Let's see if it's some more people that broke down that bar like how you did. We gotta see, man. Cause I think that's a reach, man. And I watch battle rap, and I know when a reach is spit, and that's definitely that nigga did not say anything about Calm, Kuma Collective. You know what about this song? I'm thinking.
Right here. Oh, this is so perfect.
I'm thinking.
Apologize if this is a repost, but I was talking to.
I'm probably way too close to this mic. It's super loud.
But I was talking to a friend earlier, and we were talking about the line in Black Skin here where Kanye says, "Keep it 300 like the Romans." The Roman numeral for 300 is CCC, and this line can be read as "Keep it cool, calm, and collected."
Fire, bro. Fire, bro.
I can say that bar went over.
Fire, bro.
If that's
You
what it
don't
meant.
get bars, bro.
If that's what it meant.
Get out of here,
If
bro.
that's what it
I don't
meant.
trust your musical opinion on
If
nothing.
that's what it meant.
On nothing,
If that's
bro.
what it meant, then that's cool.
Fire, bro.
But that nigga did not lead into that bar, though.
Oh, he did.
That nigga did not
We
lead
listened
into
to
that
it
bar.
last time. That shit's fire, bro. Yo, Wayne and Kanye are two dudes where you gotta know random historical shit just to even understand what they talking about half the time. And it's what's so cold is they intertwine those random historical facts with what they're talking about in the rap. That's what's so cold. That's why they goats. Even though Kanye's not a rap goat because he's not necessarily a rapper, he's an artist goat. But Wayne is a rap goat.
Okay, so we gonna maybe not play on this for copyright, but probably play what you think is the best song that Wayne barred out.
It's a couple of them. We gonna play. Let's listen. We ain't got time. G. You got.
Oh, shit, like I said, the four.
Well, you got like an hour before you gotta be back.
The four
we
songs.
probably gonna end the podcast now or pretty soon.
Well, yeah, like I said, the 4 songs that I got. Just in case anybody want to check out the album, y'all. Look, I'm doing publicity for this nigga. If y'all didn't check out the Carter 5, check that shit out. See if y'all agree. How many songs y'all fuck with out of those 23, I believe? For me, it was Sorry. Dope Niggas with Snoop. Can't Be Broken. It's another one.
You missing so many.
It's another one. I can't think of
You missing so many already.
Those 3 are fire though.
All right, man. You know this was a great podcast. We talked about some pretty good shit, some serious stuff. I think we covered a lot of good topics. We got real good into this little music debate. I'm finna show this nigga, you know,
We gonna see
how cold Wayne really is because this man don't understand bars.
We gonna see.
But we gonna see, and he gonna understand.
If I seem like I'm more humble towards Wayne, or who? Who else was I talking about?
He said Eminem and Wayne.
Nah, it was somebody else. Kanye.
Kanye.
Those
Well,
bars.
yeah,
If I
yeah,
seen
yeah.
more humble when he mentioned Kanye and Lil Wayne, then I'd be like, okay, somebody over my head. But as of right now,
Alright, you already know what it is. It's your boy Hakeem Sean. We in this bitch. Signing out. We done. I don't really have social media. I got to get all that worked out. I'm gonna set up a Instagram and all that, literally just for all of this. So I'm gonna set one up and then I'm gonna put it up in the description and all of that next time we make a podcast. But where everybody gonna follow you at?
you know, already know what I'm saying. Everybody follow your boy on Twitter and IG. Same at Babu Boston. BABUBOSTON.
And yeah, if you got any questions or you want us to talk about anything, you can either leave it in the comments or you gonna run the social media and all of that. Anyway.
Yeah, for now,
hit my man's up.
For now, till my man's get his social media shit
Yeah.
up and running. I'm saying, hit me up on my social media pages or leave a comment on this video.
Yeah, make sure y'all follow him and
on the
everything.
page, on the page or anything like that. Know what I'm saying? And also, like how we said, we could do this live. Know what I'm saying? So y'all
Yeah, we gonna do this live so we can have a comment section.
Y'all, know what I'm saying? Maybe some more people that might agree with what he's talking about. With the
See
Wayne
what you
Kanye
fuckhead ass niggas want to talk
bar. Know what I'm
about.
saying? So yeah, know what I'm saying? We
I
trying to
bar
interact.
any of you niggas up.
We trying to interact, know what I'm saying? We probably bar you niggas.
Yeah, I bar any of y'all. I really will bar any of y'all up. Like, don't get it. Let me get my hair on my face. Don't get it twisted.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Even though you got dreads that's twisted, that was a bar right there. But
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
of course, man.
It was a bar right there,
So
yeah.
the hair, I got hair. Don't get it twisted.
Know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all subscribe, know what I'm saying? Like, know what I'm saying? So people can see what's trending
Oh man.
under y'all pages and whatnot. Until
Alright.
next time, know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Fuck
we
your boy.
out.
EW Dollar Scrubber.
Peace.